I think we can all safely agree at this point that climate change is here and 1.5 degrees of warming is the limit we can accept to avoid a disastrous future. And the most recent bad news is we're heading in the wrong direction, a projected increase of net emissions of 16% by 2030. It is not a future we can accept. We need to move right now. While governments around the world are making real efforts to transition to renewable energies, unfortunately, they're not actively addressing the critical problems we're causing on the ground, rapidly degrading our natural environment. This is where the real chaos will come from in the future. We need more than government efforts and much more than problem specific action from NGOs and corporations. We need a holistic and aggressive ground up approach to mitigating and halting climate change. We need to mobilize the enormous private and corporate wealth that is motivated and at the ready and activate local recovery programs relying on the people in communities to take action. The only people that can make real change on the ground are the people themselves. We need to get them organized and funded and trained to understand which changes and suite of solutions will be the most powerful to reduce their local emissions. It's hard to believe that we already know how to mitigate and reduce climate change. We have all the solutions and technologies at hand now. What we don't have is a viable plan to scale and fund these solutions on a global basis. In the absence of decisive and aggressive government action, we need to train local populations to deploy the climate solutions which are best fit for their microenvironments so that we can understand what's working and what's not. Demonstrating success will have a compound effect and results begin to be measurable. We start to see the road to recovery and we can map the path to sustainable life on the planet. When you empower and fund a community to make one significant system change, you now have your partnership to jumpstart the local circular economy and are set to launch your suite of climate solutions. A little bit about the genesis of the Foundation for Planetary Intelligence and its founders, Alchemy AI. Alchemy is an artificial intelligence development company dedicated to creating and deploying innovative technology solutions to address climate change. It is this highly experienced and international founding team who are launching and building the Foundation for Planetary Intelligence and the AI driven climate platform we call the PI. We're guided and supported by an advisory board with the right set of experience, knowledge, and access to global networks. Alchemy was started in 2018 with a project in India to measure and predict the impact of cleanup investments in the Ganges River. We call this tool River Smarts, which is essentially a CapEx driven decision support and simulation solution. Our second project, called Land Smarts, addresses polluted land. With a global remediation market of 136 billion, that industry needed to find a way to move a lot faster than human engineers were able to do. So we've been working on an AI-driven automation system with our partner Valgo, a European leader in land remediation solutions, using autonomous vehicles to accelerate and scale the process of depollution. Our third solution goes right to the heart of the dilemma: people. Human consumption is the root cause of climate change. The way we eat, move around, go through our daily lives, and the resources necessary to fuel that way of life. So we've teamed up with an ambitious developer of sustainable cities called Key Cities and their partners, including Siemens and the UNWTO, to develop the sustainability algorithm, a solution to determine and optimize the sustainable balance between human consumption and the natural resources required to satisfy human daily needs. Alchemy AI will manage the human side of the equation, and a clever new partner called Victoria AI will handle the monitoring of local biodiversity. We instinctively knew that each of these solutions would have a significant local impact on human health as well as carbon drawdown. But that doesn't help much at a macro level unless we see them scaled on a global basis. And only with scale will we see their impact on progress towards a more healthy and sustainable planet. New solutions addressing climate change and sustainability are being developed at an increasing rate, We have a wealth of technological and social solutions available. However, these solutions are happening in silos. They need to be shared in an online marketplace or ecosystem to be scaled globally, consistently, and repeatedly based on best practice and best outcomes. And with a system powered by artificial intelligence, each deployment gets smarter and more efficient than the last. This model will scale. We need to share, consolidate, and track what's already working around the world so that we can measure, predict, and accelerate progress. A collaborative platform that helps us figure out how all the pieces of the eco puzzle fit together so that we can speed up the path to climate recovery and sustainability. This was the moment we decided to develop the Foundation for Planetary Intelligence, a new global NGO dedicated to scaling and measuring impact of climate solutions. Introducing the Planetary Intelligence Platform, or as we call it, the PI. It works like an app store for data-driven eco-solutions. The PI measures and predicts the environmental impact of climate solutions and helps us learn which combination of technologies and nature-based solutions has the right impact in specific geographies and local contexts. The PI then recommends these best practices to similar environmental contexts around the world. Now, the key to scaling these solutions is measuring and demonstrating their impact against human quality of life and improvement of the Earth's systems. We are already nearing the tipping points of the planet's natural boundaries. The PI measures macro-environmental impact of collective climate solutions, which helps us understand progress and which solutions are having real impact. But sustainable progress at a planetary level is not possible unless humans are able to meet their resource needs. The UN 17 sustainability goals gave us the definition of success. The PI measures climate solutions against each of these goals. We use an updated version of Maslow's hierarchy of needs as a measurement guideline, ensuring the needs are being met in a sustainable way. All of these guiding principles have been elegantly assembled in one key model, which we use to measure efficiency of climate solutions. It's called the donut economy. This was the exact model that the UN and governmental negotiators put up on the whiteboard to guide the 2015 Paris Accord discussions. A model that outlines the safe and just space for human existence, which is in balance with the natural world. All of these measurement filters guide the PI's recommendation engine for the right suite of climate solutions at the local level. Every environment and community is different, and it's the people living there who understand what their small piece of the puzzle needs. All of this progress has only been possible through our ecosystem of partnerships, each playing a pivotal role in R&D, climate modeling, and strategies for scaling the PI on a global basis. To ensure success of this ambitious mission, we needed to reach communities, corporates, government in every corner of the globe. This global climate army is ready to assemble. People from all around the world are motivated and ready to help, with a number of extensive global networks eagerly awaiting a vehicle through which to enact change. Here's an example of one of our global scaling strategies, Space Hero, a new reality series, and our partner, who will launch a global recruitment campaign with their space agency partnerships in 60 countries, challenging citizens of the world to develop a local climate action plan. Become an Earth hero to win a chance at becoming a space hero. To see just how uniquely beautiful our planet is today and that it's worth fighting for its preservation. Demonstrate that your Earth hero solution will draw down equal to or greater than the emissions generated from a trip to space. So, after nearly 4 years of developing AI-driven climate solutions with Alchemy, amassing a coalition of global high-impact partnerships, we are ready to launch and scale the Foundation for Planetary Intelligence and develop an AI-driven ecosystem of climate solutions, the PI. We have the experience building and deploying solutions. We have access to the global armies to deploy these solutions, All we need now is the fuel to power this much needed global intelligence ecosystem and begin to drive progress on the ground. Donate now and choose the piece of the planet you would like to see restored and made sustainable for all people, flora, fauna, and planet.